Hey, folks, welcome to the Teetime 42 podcast, where we have your host, Josh,
And Daryl.
on the podcast that talks about things and stuff.
And, stuff and things to be more specific, Josh.
Hey, you know what? Good point.
Thank you, thank you.
So, quick little PSA moment. If you like us and you've been listening to us and feel so kind, please pause the video and hit subscribe. We can't progress on the YouTube without subscribers. I just said can't progress on the YouTube. Oh my God. Am I like 40 years old? Can't progress on the YouTube.
The
Um,
internet.
In addition to that, give us feedback at the end. If you think we did a good job, hit the thumbs up button. If it's something that you think we should work on specifically, you can leave a comment and let us know. If you hate what you listen to, leave a thumbs down. It helps us give us a better idea of what to plan on for the next one. We talk about things that interest us, but are definitely looking to see what interests you. If you have any ideas like to talk about, leave a comment below. We'll read and respond to them all. We also started up a Discord for our listeners to join. The invite to the Discord will be in the description, so if you'd like to join that and share your advice, tips, or just chat with us, feel free to do that. So, to get things started, it is a beautiful sunny day outside.
Finally, some lovely weather.
I think this is probably the first time that we've ever podcasted that it's not raining outside, which is kind of crazy. I don't know why every time we get together it has to be raining, but it's definitely a nice day today. We're going to have two, I guess, ongoing running series on this channel. One's going to be Essential Conversations, which is going to be more serious educational material. And then the other is going to be non-essential conversations, and that's going to be more lighthearted, funny, still interesting topics, but less serious. And so today we're going to post a non-essential conversation, and I think Daryl's got a topic for us to get us started.
I loves me some non-essential conversation. And one thing I want to talk about today that I've had a lot of problems with in my life is what to do when you've lost something, Josh. Have you ever lost something like that took you a lot of work to find? Can you
Yeah,
think of a time that happened?
yes, I have actually. I lose things way too frequently. Um, for whatever reason, the way my brain works is I will have something that I will need later, and I know I need it later, and I will put it in the most obscure location. And my reasoning for that is it's in such an obscure location, I'll never forget that I put it there. Well, every single time I forget that I put it there. And I spend hours looking for this stupid thing to find it in the most random things. Like I've put like my car keys inside of my bathroom cupboard. Um just because I was like, "Oh, I'll never forget that I put it here." Or like seriously, you find things in the freezer that don't belong in the freezer. Like I can't think of anything offhand, but I've done that before too. And just like
Your car keys again, probably.
yeah, seriously, I don't know why I do this. And people that know me well will call me out on it. It's like don't leave that there. Don't leave that there, Josh. You're gonna lose it. You're gonna forget it's there. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. Let's just put it on the counter like a normal person out in the open.
Oh my goodness, I didn't even think about that. Like the whole idea that you have it where you put things somewhere where you're like, I'm gonna put this here specifically so I don't lose it, and then you forget where you put it later, and makes you lose it. That's the
Exactly,
worst.
exactly what
Worst.
happens to me all the time. It's speaking of which, there there is a old wise phrase that I hear on repeat when people are frustrated that they've been looking for something and then they finally find it and they're talking about it later and they're like, you'll never, of course, every time you lose something, you always find it in the last place you look. And I'm just sitting there like, duh, because if you found it and then you kept looking for it, that would be dumb.
I know. I never thought about that, Josh. That's ridiculous. That's kind of a paradigm statement.
It was in the
Huh.
last place I looked. It was also
Because
in the first place I looked.
exactly, it's always going to be in the last place you looked. Unless you want to keep searching, you never know what you're going to find if you keep searching.
You
That's
know?
another thing.
I,
So, I had this crazy story where one time I mean, this is one of many times that I lost my wallet. When I was in college, I was walking back to my car, probably at like 11:30 at night, midnight, sometime. It was very dark out. It was middle of the winter. It was cold, and I realized I lost my wallet. But I was so pooped at this point. I was like, screw it, I'm going home. That was a stupid move. So the nice thing here was though is I had a wallet tracker. Have you ever heard about those?
no. Is it like a little like fob or something that you put in your wallet?
It's like a little. It's almost like a debit card, like that you slip into your wallet, but it's
Oh,
a
okay.
GPS tracker that you
Oh,
can download on your phone.
cool.
Heck yeah! And so I looked it up, and it was right where I parked the day before.
Oh,
But I went out there, and to my luck, the snowplow trucks had plowed my wallet under about 3 feet of snow. So I got to do some digging.
what in the world? What in the world? You would have never
But
found that thing.
I know, dude. So like, at least I had that GPS tracker, and I think that if we could just put a GPS on every single thing in life that we don't want to lose, life would be a lot better. Things
Seriously
should just
though.
come with a standard GPS.
Well, you know, I have an Apple Watch, and for all my Apple owners out there, if you have an Apple Watch and an Apple phone, you can swipe up on the watch, and then there's like this little ringer icon. It's for finding your phone, and I use that probably on a daily basis. I'll just
Yeah,
swipe
me
up and
too.
click on like if I'm just sometimes I'm just too darn lazy to look for my phone, and it's just so much easier just to ding. I never heard of the GPS in the wallet though. That's actually
Next level.
pretty sweet.
Yeah, that phone finder though, that saved my life a few times. So, as I was digging around about the science of losing things, I was just kind of curious about like what are some suggestions out there for how to find things. I wasn't curious until I started looking, to tell you the truth, but apparently there's a lot of different ways to find things that are recommended. So, what do you do, Josh? Like, what's your go-to method for finding something that you've lost?
All right, so I guess my first thing that I would do is I would just walk around my house in the areas that I normally walk through and see if I just left it on a counter or something like that. But I've also had it where I'm looking for something and it's like right out in the open, and I keep seeing it, but for whatever reason my brain doesn't tell me that, hey, that's the thing you're looking for, stupid. So if I've been looking for something for a while, I'll like go slower through the house, and I'll tell myself like um like open your eyes, like it's right out here or something like that, and like just kind of reiterate what I'm looking for, because for whatever reason I've had it before where the thing I'm looking for is like right there in front of me, but I'm just not seeing it for whatever reason. Get
That's the worst.
like if you think about it, like you're looking in the fridge for ketchup, right? You know it's in there.
But knowing you, you put it in the freezer.
But you just can't see it, so then you just gotta like close the refrigerator door and then just kind of tell yourself, I need the ketchup, and then open it back up, and you're like, oh, it was right there the whole time. Like, so that's one way I do it, and then other way is like just retracing my steps. When was the last time I remember having it? Where was I when that happened? But what do you do?
I think I really pretty much do the same thing. I try to think about where I was when I last had it and then retrace my steps. And that's probably the most common thing that I've found to do online. But apparently, if that doesn't work, the next thing you should do is go find some help. So if you're alone you got to go get your neighbor. Like, hey, man, I lost my car keys. Can you just pop on over? And obviously not right now because we're doing social
I was
distancing.
just gonna say.
Maybe you could put them on like a video chat and walk around your house and see if they can. Nah, just kidding. But here's the one I actually thought was most interesting. So apparently there is some science that shows that if you get in the same mindset that you were when you lost the item, it will help you find it. It will help you remember where you truly had that item last and where you put the darn thing. So just think about this concept though. I mean, if you were, so you're probably going to be mad because you've lost something. So you're going to be in a bad mindset. But let's say you were just so happy or at peace the day before, or you were amped up because you were really getting some stuff done. It's recommended that you sit down and you get yourself in that same frame of mind, and that will help you remember where it's at.
I guess that makes sense, but I can see how that being dangerous for people that drink alcohol a lot.
That's yes, thank you. That's the next thing I wanted to say is if you were like, if you had been hitting the tequila, then you got to start up again. So if you're out, you have to go grab. It's the only way you're going to find what you're looking for.
Well,
you know?
I lost this when I was completely wasted, so now I have to get wasted again just so I can find it, and then I'm gonna lose it again, and then I'm gonna have to just cycle just repeats. It sounds dangerous.
Imagine just going to the store to get some alcohol and explaining this to the store person, like, "Oh, I'm actually just getting this." Like, "Oh, what are you doing tonight? Looks like a fun night." "Well, I'm actually just trying to get intoxicated so that I can find what I lost last night while I was lit."
It's like 9 o'clock and you're buying a full like fifth of tequila. You're like, I gotta find my keys to go to work.
And they're like, "That doesn't work, sir.
They're
I'm
like,
not telling you."
That's not a good idea, man. That's not a good idea.
You don't need to make excuses for me to drink tequila. Pulls out a flask from behind the counter.
Oh my gosh.
So
That kind of reminds me of the time that I think that might not actually work all the time. I had my car keys in like one of my pockets. It was like a cargo pocket almost, and I was playing tag with my kids in the backyard, and I was running after them, and the keys fell out of my pocket, and so they're just laying in the grass somewhere, and I didn't know about it. Well, the next morning, I'm looking all over the place for my keys, can't find them, have to leave, so I just grab my spare keys. How in the world would I have ever found those if it wasn't for my daughter, for some odd reason, tripping later that day out in the yard, found my keys for me. She was like, "Here you go," and I was like, "Holy crap, how'd those get out here? I've been looking all over for those."
That's a great example of family getting your back.
Yeah, I guess so.
She's like, "Hey, Dad, I got you."
Let me just fall right here in the grass in the exact location of where your keys are located. Like, that's insane.
Another time I don't think that this would work, or maybe it would. We should do an experiment. Have you ever lost something that is on your body? Like, have you ever lost your phone when you're talking on it, or?
Oh my gosh, too many times, man. I've walked around the house looking for my wallet and it's in my pocket. I had an embarrassing story about, I was talking to one of my buddies. We were trying to get out of the house to go do something, whatever it was, and he's like, "Okay, how much longer are you gonna be before you leave the house?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm just looking for my phone. And then as soon as I find it, I can leave." And he's like, "Bro, you're talking to me on it." And I'm like, "Oh no."
So embarrassing. That's when you're like, "I promise I haven't been drinking." Yeah, I had it when I was a kid. I even had my dad and my sister helping me look all around the house before school. We looked for a long time for my glasses that I was literally wearing, and I didn't realize I lost the darn things until I went to go scratch my eye.
Oh.
So, there's really no good frame of mind that you can get yourself in to find something that's on your face. But it does make me wonder, would being intoxicated have helped me realize I was wearing my glasses? Probably not.
Were you? How old were you? Like 10 or something?
Probably 10, no. No.
Just in the bathroom drinking the Listerine. Dad, I gotta find my glasses.
David, why are you slurring, son? Trying to find my glasses, you know? I saw it on TV. If you drink some beer before school, it helps you find what you're looking for.
Oh my gosh, that's
That's
a terrible idea. We do not
We do not
encourage
condone
that.
drinking under the age of the legal age in your state or country.
There you go. That's a good way of saying it.
Yeah. So I think we'll have to try some of these methods out next time we lose something, Josh. But do you have anything else to add about times you've lost something, or any other queries about losing things?
Well, I want to know if our listeners have ever had any of these things happen. Have you ever had any times where you're looking for something and it was on your person? Or what are your strategies for finding things if we didn't talk about them already? Any cool tips or tricks that you have found to be helpful? But otherwise, just want to reiterate: please subscribe and like our video or dislike it. Leave a comment in the comment section, and we'll get back to you. Feel free to join the Discord, which is the link is in the description. But otherwise, I hope everybody has a great day. Enjoy the sunshine while we have it, if it's gonna stay around. Hopefully, I hear it's supposed to get cold next week.
Hopefully not. Fingers crossed. All right, guys, until next time.
Bye.